What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about why the Thorn is going to be one of the most powerful guns to utilize in Trials, and probably by the end of the season, it's probably going to be one of the most hated guns in the game. So if you are on console, yes guys, I'm out here talking to the console players, Xbox One, PS4, I recommend you utilize the Thorn still. So go out there, get some playtime with it, because if you've never used the Thorn on console, it has a pretty bad kick. It is controllable though. It is controllable, and I promise you, take some time out there and learn it. If you're on PC, the kick isn't so bad. It's a lot easier to control. Even if you're on controller on PC, it's a little bit easier to control. Now get into it. We're going to be talking about 3 reasons why the Thorn is going to be so powerful and why you should be utilizing it in Trials. So number 1, guys, the Thorn will delay health regeneration. A lot of Guardians are going to be rocking 100 recovery, and the reason for that is they want to be able to tank damage and get back into the fight. The last thing you want to do is get hit by a spare rations or something like that, and you have like a 1 recovery or a 3 recovery. Well, then you have to wait for your health to start regenerating again. And if your teammates are getting pressed by the enemy team, well, you kind of just, you can go out there, but more than likely you're going to be easily cleaned up. But a lot of Guardians are going to be rocking high recovery, and by doing so, if you tank a little bit of damage, you will be out of the fight a tad bit, just for a few seconds, and then you'll get back into it. The Thorn will delay that health regeneration. Why? Well, the burn damage is going to kick in. So if you shoot a Guardian in the stomach, the tick damage, the 2s that are popping up right there, that is going to delay them. So rather than just shooting them with the spare rations and hitting them once, the Thorn, you'll first do your initial damage, and you'll do several ticks. Those ticks will delay health regeneration. Now, getting into one of the main reasons, probably the biggest reason why I believe the Thorn is going to be the best gun, you can delay the enemy team from reviving their teammates. So if you have an orb down on the ground, if you shoot them, they cannot revive that teammate until the burn damage stops. You'll see in the footage in the background, right then and there, I am shooting this Guardian. They're unable to revive that teammate because they are burning. Now hear me out. If you're about 60 meters away or even 40 meters away, you can still delay that, revive. Even if you're dealing 14 damage, the burn damage will always be 2. Regardless of how far you are, you will delay that revive. Going a little bit further, when you're playing Trials, and I know a lot of people are good, you'll hear it all the time, watch that orb. You got an orb down on the ground. You're watching the orb, and I know a lot of people, I did it all the time in the past, guys. You kind of want to like branch off that orb a little bit. You kind of want to step away a little bit, just to help out your teammates if they need it. By doing so, you want to be using a Thorn in this, scenario, because if you step away from that orb and an enemy shows up and starts trying to revive, doesn't matter how far you are. As long as you can land a shot, you will be burning them and delaying that revive, allowing you ample time to get back to that orb and stop them from picking up that body. Because what wins games in Trials? Not letting the enemy team revive their teammates. Getting into number 2, guys. Resilience matters. For those of you who don't know, if you are under 6 resilience, the Thorn is a 2 crit 1 body shot. And that is without its exotic perk active. Now, when you kill a Guardian, they drop an orb right there, which is, your exotic perk kicking in. You pick that up and you get Soul Devourer with a Thorn. Now you are doing more burn damage, from 2 damage to 7 damage. Now, by having that active, Soul Devourer active, you can now, any Guardian under 6 resilience, 2-tap to the head. So how do we take this further? Well, before you load into a match, you're looking for a game. Once you start loading in, right? You start loading in, you want to inspect the enemy team. If you see those hunters out there, maybe even Titans or Warlocks, because Warlocks like to run a lot of recovery, and so do Hunters. Hunters like to run mobility and recovery, guys. I'm a Hunter, right? I can tell you this. But inspect the enemy team. If you see any of them under 6 resilience, Soul Devourer can 2-tap to the head. If you see an entire team of Hunters, because let's be serious here, there's a lot of Hunters in this game. If you see an entire team of Hunters under 6 resilience, the Thorn is going to be your best friend. As soon as you kill one of them, you get that orb, you pick it up, you activate Soul Devourer, and you have a 2-tap gun right there. Just 2-tap to the head, 2-tap to the head. Getting into number 3, and lastly, why the Thorn is going to be, again, one of the most hated guns in the game. The burn damage. this whole video has been focused around this burn damage, guys, because the burn damage is just insane. So again, number 3, the burn damage. What is going to make it perfect? Majority of hand cannons, especially 150s, they begin to see damage drop off around the 28 to 30 meter range. Again, the Thorn falls in that category. But what makes the Thorn better than these other hand cannons? Well, you have burn damage. So once you start experiencing damage drop off, even if you push out further, you are still doing your burn damage at 2. So 2, 2, and 2. By doing so, you can push out further than some of these other weapons like a spare rations. So I'll use the spare rations as an example. So if your spare rations begins to see damage drop off at 29 meters or 31 meters, and instead of doing 68, you're doing 63, 64, maybe even 65, whatever it may be, right? The Thorn, say, experiences the same range, damage drop off. What's going to make it better is by the burn damage kicking in. So right then and there, your burn damage kicks in, and it'll make up for those, damage drop off numbers. So you will still be able to reach that 68 damage there. Again, this is why the Thorn feels like it can shoot further away. The burn damage. If you have Soul Devourer procced, you now can shoot even further away because you're going to be doing about 76 to the head. Again, because of its burn damage. Overall, guys, the Thorn is going to be a very powerful gun. It's a gun that I recommend you go look into and getting used to it. If you're not utilizing it, maybe you have your build set up around something else, but if you're on console and you want to rock something like the Beloved, I recommend to pair the Beloved and the Thorn together, or depending on what shotgun's going to be meta next season, maybe even want to pair something like a Retold Tale. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. This is going to be one of my last videos for the next 2 or 3 days. I'm working on a big collaboration with another YouTuber. You guys will see on Monday. I believe we start dropping our videos. So if you guys haven't clicked the bell, the collaboration is going to be 6 different videos, all detailed on trials, tips, and tips. So if you haven't clicked the bell, do that now. You don't want to miss out, guys. We're going to be posting them at a specific time. Again, don't miss out. Click the bell. Subscribe if you're new. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.